Okay, I guess we are ready to start and hopefully this video will be interesting. So, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and to the final video of 2021. To be honest, when I started sharing new videos, when I rebranded this channel in the beginning of this year, I was expecting to be more consistent with my content. However, I could not do that due to a few reasons. I had some personal problems in my life and, education and work at the same time. It can be tiresome from time to time, and therefore it was really hard for me to be more consistent with my content. But hopefully next year will be much better, because great news is I already got my content calendar ready and I've got many ideas to share here, especially regarding the international relations, about talking about my experience in the United Kingdom, in Exeter in general. So I think it's gonna be really interesting year, because I'll be sharing a lot of useful videos related to productivity, essay writing, like self-development, and hopefully you will like it as well. So before moving into next year, I just want to talk about what happened in 2021 in my life and in this channel as well, and I'll try to keep everything as short as possible. First things first, I got my first work experience this year, and most of the people around me know that I don't really like theory. I prefer practice, because when I'm learning something through practice, it strengthens my long-term memory. Usually I like to keep things I'm learning for a long time so I can make use of it in the future. Therefore, I believe that universities are not doing a great job in giving us the practice. They are more theoretical rather than practical. So as soon as I came back to Azerbaijan, I started looking for a job, and in February of 2021 I found my first job. I did not really like the industry I worked at. It was in automotive industry, and I personally don't really like cars. I'm not really interested in them. Like, if you ask me what is your favorite car or which is your favorite brand, I'll be like thinking for 10 or 15 minutes to come up with which car did I like in the past, or which car was that like I really liked like on the way. And it's really hard for me. I'm not really interested. But right now for this video, I remember I really like Teslas and Porsche, and most of them are really expensive. But I really like Tesla because of its really good features. And also I like how environmental it is. I would say it's like an iPhone of the cars. I don't know, it's a bit of a biased opinion, and it's not an ad. I wish it was, but it's not. So guys, moving on from that industry, I went into the food sector. I liked it much more because I was just building a website, and I worked there for a month. I really liked that job, and I gained a lot of knowledge over there about how like FMCG sector works. And then I moved into financial sector, which was less interesting, but it was fine for me because I was just doing work in digital marketing. And for a while I did some work at being business analyst as well. And I really liked the job. Again, it wasn't really interesting, but I gained a lot of valuable knowledge. And I still have friends from that work, and hopefully I'm just not pissing them off by just saying it's not interesting to be in financial sector. So just, forgive me guys. Finally, and most importantly, I got the job/internship in Warsaw, Poland. To be honest, I was not expecting this because, I got this job in less than a month of being in Poland. It was around like 25 days since I had been in Poland, and I got the job. It was like a great thing for me. So I applied to Procter & Gamble in the middle of October, and the whole process took me around 10 days. After passing this test, then interview process, then the next day I got the call in the middle of the lecture, and just went out of the lecture room, just missing what teacher was talking about. I just took the call and received this great news. And to be honest, when I received that news, it was really surprising for me, because Procter & Gamble is a real great company. It is huge, and I was not expecting to get into the company because I did not really have too much experience for the job, because it wasn't supply chain. I have never worked in supply chain before, and I don't know, it was a great success for me, and I'm still happy that I'm in the company, and I'm still learning a lot of things. It is very knowledge intensive, but I still like it because I really like to learn new things and challenge myself every day. So, and hopefully I'll be successful in the job, so I'll be able to stay in the company for a long time, because I really love the sector itself. I really love where I work, industry I'm working at, and hopefully it will be long-term job. I will make a special video on how I got recruited, how I was applying for a job, and what was my strategy when I was sending all these applications to the companies. And I just hope it will be really helpful for the people who are doing master's or bachelor degree and want to work alongside with their degree. And I think I talked enough about the work life I had. I feel like I'm a workaholic now. So it's time to move on to my education. I would say the most radical decision I've taken this year was regarding my education, because I changed the area of studies from international relations to management and digital marketing. I had a lot of criticisms from people around me and from my followers. However, I did not listen to these unfair criticisms, which were not really fair and useful to me, and instead I took the useful advices and I'm still making use of them. To be honest, right now I'm studying something I really love, I'm really passionate about. I really love management, I really love business world and digital marketing in general. There are some challenges, but they are not impossible to solve. As a person with growth mindset, I never say I can't, and instead I believe that I can do anything I want to do, and I just need to fight for it. I just need to form necessary habits for learning some activity, some knowledge for some profession or something like that. That's the thing. Most people are afraid of changes. I wasn't afraid, and I just went and took that decision, and I'm really happy about the decision. And secondly, I changed the country of my studies, and it was a great shock to my friends when they heard that I'm moving from United Kingdom to Poland, which is a great difference in terms of economy, in terms of development and so on. And they were questioning it a lot and saying, why did you move? Why Poland instead of the UK? I had many reasons, which would require another video, like a very detailed video to talk about that, why I went to the Warsaw. But I'm sure that they are really reasonable reasons, and they're worth considering, because my life in the UK and Poland are totally different, but each of them has its perks, each of them has its disadvantages. But in general, I feel like it's a great change for me to be in Poland, and it's good that I get to know a new country in a deeper sense. In my personal life, 2021 is also a great year. However, it had its flaws, and there were 2 months in 2021 which I don't really want to go back to. It was such a stressful time for me and for my loved ones. But apart from that, it was such a great year because I get to know a lot of new people, both at work, in the university as well. Because moving to Warsaw, it was a great opportunity to get to know new people, have some new friends, and that's why I would say it's a great social year for me. Most importantly, I understood the importance of mental health and well-being in general. I got rid of a lot of toxic people around my friend list, both in the social media and in the real life. So I would say there's a necessity to go over your friendships and your relationships to decide which ones are benefiting you and which ones are hurting you, and that's really important, because it's really important to be aware of the self-importance, and therefore sometimes we have to make some sacrifices, and we must get far away from the people that hurt us, but instead we should be with the people who are giving us the positive vibes only. And it's possible to say that 2021 was a great year of enlightenment, love and friendship, and hopefully 2022 is gonna be a much better one in this sense. Finally, I started to learn coding this year. I have been interested in coding for a while, but I didn't have too much time to start the online lessons and practicing my skills. This year I learned about HTML, CSS and Python, and I already know a lot about HTML because it's really easy to learn. It's very straightforward markup language for building websites, but it's not a programming language, which many people know it in the wrong way, thinking like HTML is a programming language, but it is actually not. But in terms of Python, I'm making a much slower progress because it requires a lot of brain power. So most of the time I'm really tired coming from the work and coming from the university, and it's really hard for me to focus on coding because it requires me to use my logic and just think about it continuously. And to be honest, the beginnings are really easy, but once you move forward, it's becoming harder and harder because it requires more and more expertise, more time to practice. So it's normal that I'm making much slower progress in Python. I felt like there is a huge need for these skills in the job market, and I was always interested in tech, coding and computer stuff, but it's interesting for me to learn these skills because I really love learning these skills and they're really useful for the job market as well. So why not? Besides, it's, for example, Python is really useful for data scientists, and I'm particularly interested in being a data scientist rather than being a programmer. And therefore, I would love to learn data science deeply and make use of it in next 2 or 3 years at the latest in job market. I would really love to learn that, and I would love to have it as my second qualification. It will be practical rather than based on some kind of diploma or some kind of university studies. And that's a great thing. That's a great way to improve yourself, to find what you love and to work on that. And that's what I believe in. And I would say this pathway is going to help me a lot in my life. And I don't know. Let's see what the future will show us. And hopefully in 2022, I'll be able to master those coding skills furthermore. And I don't know, become an expert. Who knows? Okay guys, I talked about 2021 enough, and I just want to mention one or few things. Thanks for being with me in this journey on YouTube, because I don't really have many subscribers, I don't really have many people watching my videos, but people who are watching it continuously, who are being loyal followers, huge thanks to those people, and huge thanks to those people who are still subscribing to the channel, not unsubscribing. So that's really important for me, and I really appreciate it if you are still following me. Next year, I promised myself that I'll be more consistent with my content, and I have such great ideas to share with you, and hopefully it will be interesting and useful to you as well. I don't know, hopefully 2022 is going to be a much greater year for this channel. I'll be able to grow this channel and make much better content, probably upgrade my gear and make better videos, both graphically and in terms of its content as well. That's all I just want to talk about in this video, and next week I'll be coming up with brand new video with brand new editing, and hopefully it will be interesting to you. So happy new year to you, and see you in the next year. And don't forget to subscribe and share this channel with your friends, so we can have more people in this channel, we can grow this channel and have much better and much larger community. See you in the next video.